Hey guys, what's going on? It is Chris here once again looking ahead to week 13 of the NFL main slate for Fanduel. Um, I'm not going to be doing a lot of single game slates anymore since NBA is going to be kicking up here in about a week. So I will probably just be doing main slate for NFL, but obviously be doing a ton of NBA videos almost every single day for you guys since that is my main thing that I do on this channel. So like I said, if you guys are new, like I said, we'll still be doing NFL, but NBA is definitely going to be the main thing. So we'd love for you guys to stick around for that. I just want to show you guys right here. Like I said, I may be overly excited for it. That's just because it's my main sport. Our first preseason games literally is a week away. Well, I guess 6 days away now. December the 11th, and obviously Maine starts on the 22nd with a two-gamer. This one should be interesting here. We'll see how it goes. And then we got a massive slate on the 23rd. Then no game on the 24th, and obviously on the 25th. So definitely looking forward to it. We'll see how it plays out. It's going to be a little interesting, obviously, with all the COVID. As we all know, NBA has a lot smaller rosters than NFL does. So 2 to 3 guys on NFL doesn't really hurt them. NBA is going to be a whole different story. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think we can play to our advantage because I think most people aren't really going to check the news later on in the day. If something happens, so we should have late swap again on FanDuel. I'm hoping. If not, they're morons if they don't do that, but they should do it with COVID going on. So anyway, that's what we got going on. Like I said, we still have our NBA season pass going on for you guys if you want to get in on that. The price will jump up to normal price once the season starts. So we have our main slate lineups, which is 1 to 2 lineups per day for the main slate. Then, like I said, I've been doing the NBA 150 is what I'm looking forward to the most. We got that for the season. Like I said, that's 150 lineups for the single game, and we'll do that 6 to 7 slates per week. So, like I said, we're looking forward to that for sure. So, if you want to get in, like I said, prices do change once the regular season does hit. And like I said, if you want to get in, like I said, hit us up on our Twitter, and we'll get you all set up on that. And like I said, we have NFL going on as normal as well, since we are obviously doing that here today. So, if you want any, either sport, let us know and we'll definitely help you guys out. So let's go dive into it here real quick. First game we got is New Orleans and Atlanta in this one. So we'll see if Julio plays. Not really into Atlanta. I know they destroyed the Raiders last week, but not really feeling it. I don't mind Tyson Hill at 7,700. I get he had a down game at 18.5 last time out, but they didn't need him. It was a really slow paced game. He only threw 16 times. If you go watch that game, it was just so slow. So they didn't really need him. I'm surprised he still got 18 fancy points out of that. So as we know, they're facing Atlanta again, a little bit more up tempo. Like I said, Atlanta scored 43 last week against the Raiders, so they do. Like I said, both these teams are pretty fast paced compared to Denver. So yeah, I like Hill again at 77. I think he'll be lower owned this week. I think the Hill train's a little over, but I still like him quite a bit. Not really feeling anyone here. You could look at Michael Thomas, but I honestly don't have anybody else. So I think I'm going to be looking at him, and that's mostly in this one here. Cincinnati and Miami. As we know, Cincinnati, they don't have anybody right now. Ryan Finley, or it wasn't Finley, it was Allen. Brandon Allen started for him, apparently. And this guy was absolute trash. 7 for 29, 136 yards. So not sure if he'll start this week. But if he does, still obviously love Miami defense will be very chalky out there. If Tua can't play, I don't mind Ryan Fitzpatrick maybe in a couple. Another guy I don't mind if Amid and Washington and Breida, if those guys are all out, which they look like they should. I love Miles Gaskin here. I think is that who's going to start here. Is trending, yeah. So he's going to be the one who's probably going to start, and I think he'll be very chalky at 5,500. I get it; he's coming off IR, but like I said, they really have no running backs as I just showed you. So I do like Gaskins. I think he'll get you about 10 to 12, maybe even a little bit more in this one. You can look at Parker, but I'm really looking at Gaskins, maybe Mike in this one, but Gaskins and Miami defense. Detroit, Chicago. David Montgomery so far, he looking like his ownership's gonna be very chalky this week. You can look at him. I got him for like 11. I don't have him that high. I don't really have faith in Montgomery. I don't know, and not even Montgomery. It's just the Bears. They're so just everywhere. He definitely could pop off in this one against the Lions, which is one of the worst teams in the league against the run. So have at if he goes off. It might screw me over a little bit, but I got him for 11-12. I'll have a little bit of it, but not a ton. Yeah, that's basically all I got here in this one. I don't really have much else in that game there. Cleveland and Tennessee, I do like this one quite a bit. Let's go look at the total here. We got a 54 in Titans by 5.5, so should be a good one. I love not love. I like Tannehill in this one. Henry, Nick Chubb, both those guys are in very good spots. I think Chubb will be a little bit more popular since he's a little bit cheaper, but both those guys are solid. And as we all know, December is when Henry comes alive. He did it last year. As we know, defenses are kind of tearing up a little bit. They're not as productive right now because it's almost the end of the season, and Henry's been doing pretty good against two pretty good defenses as well there. So don't mind Henry at all. In this one, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, both are in play for me in this one. And if Johnny Smith is out, which he is, Anthony Fursker, I have no idea how to say that guy's name. He could be worth a shot. More of a DK play, might get you 4 to 5 fantasy points in this one. And that's what we got going on there. So I'm going to have quite a bit of people from that one. And also don't mind Landry either. Vegas and the Jets. I think your main guy you're looking at is Devontae Booker, with Josh Jacobs being out. Nelson Aguilar could be worth a look. Denzel Mims, maybe 8 to 9 in a GPP only, but that's all I got in that one. It should be a slower game. Jacksonville and Minnesota. Kirk Cousins, he's been doing pretty good. As we know, he's all over the place usually. At 7,300, I don't mind taking a shot with him. Maybe he gets you, 21 to 24 in this one. These two games here, he's had to throw the ball quite a bit. They should be up against Jacksonville. So that's the only thing I'm concerned about. How much is they really need him? Then you got Dalvin Cook. Didn't do good last week. A little bit of an injury, so definitely should be a bounce back candidate here with Cook. I'll probably have Cook and Henry quite a bit about the same ownership. Thielen, Jefferson on paper, both in really good spots. We'll see how they do here in this one. I wouldn't mind maybe a Jacksonville GPP stack if you're doing 150 lineups. Maybe have them in a couple. They could surprise you here, since they did kind of surprise against Green Bay a couple weeks ago. Rudolph once again is in play in this one, so don't mind that one. Like I said, I don't mind a Jacksonville GPP stack. Indy and Houston. You can look at Watson. Yeah, that's up to you guys. Houston's one of the worst defenses against running backs. We'll have to see what they do. Taylor had COVID last week, but besides that, the week before he did pretty good, 22 for 90. But as we know, it's like running back by committee for these guys. So I don't know who's going to go off. You're literally going to have to pick. Brandon Cooks could be in a good spot. Fuller and Cobb are out. So you could look at him, and then Atkins as well. More of a DK play, but I don't mind going to him. Rams and Arizona. Murray, like I said, we talked about last week, his shoulder was kind of messed up, and it looks like it could be bothering him a little bit here. Only had 8.9 fantasy points. Didn't run the ball either. Kind of maybe a little scared with his shoulder being hurt, not wanting to run, so I don't mind the Rams defense in this one. I think Goff Woods combo. Cooper Kupp could be a half decent combo there. And that's kind of what we're looking at there. Sorry, I'm going a little fast. Like I said, there's a ton of games out here. Trying to get through it quick for you guys. Giants and Seattle. Not expecting much. I think Jones is going to be out, so I don't know. Maybe Metcalf. I just don't really like this game. Let's go look at it here. We have a 47-11 spread. Yeah, maybe Metcalf, Lockett get their points, but overall, I'm not really feeling it. Obviously, don't mind the Seahawks defense. Philly and Green Bay in this one. Carson Wentz has just not been looking that great, obviously, all year. Had 19 against Seattle, but that was basically because of a late touchdown. If not, he would be in the 15s. Still throwing a ton, just not doing nothing with it. I don't know. I'm not really feeling him. Don't mind Packers defense. They aren't that greatest, but maybe he throws one or two picks. Rodgers, don't mind Rodgers and Davante Adams combo. Not the greatest matchup on paper, but as we know, Philly isn't that great right now. And even against pretty good teams, Indy and Chicago defenses, Adams has still put up pretty good numbers. So it doesn't really matter who Adams and Rodgers plays; they're still going to put up pretty big numbers for you. And last but not least, New England and the Chargers. I didn't even know if Cam's going to play here. Listed. Okay, so if he doesn't play, that probably hurts this game a little bit. I hope Cam does play because then it makes it a little bit more competitive. If he is in, I do like Herbert, Austin Eckler. I mean, this guy had a ton of targets last week. Probably not going to get that many in this one. Probably still around 8 to 9, but still love him. Obviously on DK, he is almost a must play over there. Damian Harris could be worth a look. Sony Michel's back though, so that hurts a little bit. Keenan Allen, once again, I love him. Hunter Henry, if you can't get Darren Waller, so that's kind of what we're looking at. So let's go see what we can do for you. So I'm gonna go cheap. Like I said, those other quarterbacks I mentioned, I do like them quite a bit. We're gonna go Tyson Hill in this one. Running backs, I don't mind Henry or Chubb. We're gonna go Nick Chubb just to save a little bit of salary here. I do like Austin Eckler quite a bit. Let's just go Austin here. Like I said, he's more of a DK play, but still not too bad of a cash game option over here on FanDuel. Um, Wide receivers, like Sid Brown, is in a pretty good spot. Thielen, Jefferson, as I mentioned, Woods, Cooper Cup. I think Corey Davis could be half decent here against Cleveland. Not seeing a ton of targets, but if you want someone cheap, he's been half decent for you. So you could definitely go look at him. I did mention Landry a little bit. Yeah, shoot. Another guy I forgot to mention is Michael Pittman here against Houston. As we know, Houston really bad defense. He didn't do that great. 3.8 last week. Still had 9 targets. Kind of the lead guy there for Indy. So if this one is kind of a high paced game, I think Pittman could be good. I'll put him in there for now. I probably won't have a ton of them, but if you need salary relief, definitely going to be looking at him quite a bit here in this one. And then wide receivers, like I said, Allen, Brown, Devontae Adams, all those guys are in play. Darren Waller, I like him quite a bit if you can't get him in there. Hunter Henry has been seeing pretty good targets recently. Like I said, if Cam's out, I'll probably get rid of a couple of my Chargers since I think the pace will go down a little bit here. In defense, I do like the Dolphins. They are the top guy, but we are doing cash. So that's what you got. You got 6,700 left over. Like I said, if you have a little bit of space, you could definitely get rid of Tyson Hill and go up to one of the big boys that I mentioned, Rodgers, Herbert, Ryan Tannehill if you want, or if you think it's going to be close, you could go down to Kirk Cousins in a couple lineups as well. So that's kind of what we're looking at. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I do appreciate it. Like I said, it was a little fast, but as you know, there's so many games to look at and so many different players that, I got to speed it up for you a little bit. So that's what we got going on. Like I said, NBA just around the corner on the 11th. That's when preseason starts, so definitely excited for that. So definitely would love for you guys to come join us for some NBA. We are not going to be offering these games here since there's only like a week. I'll probably play it, might give out some free lineups, but I'm not going to offer it. So don't, no reason to ask for that. But I definitely will be offering for the regular season. Like I said, regular season main slate lineups, and then our NFL 150 lineups for single game. Like I said, those are 2 separate packages. And like I said, message us to get in. And yeah, like I said, we have a season pass available, and our price will go up once the regular season starts. So, and obviously we have NFL as well. So message us on Twitter for all that more information if you guys are interested in it. So that is it. Hopefully you guys enjoy your Saturday and Sunday, and we'll see you guys a little bit later on.